Hi friends, welcome back to Black Cat Folk Magic. Happy 2025. So today we're going to do our 2025 love readings. So it's going to be a little bit longer because I'm going to go month by month. I'm going to pull out some oracle cards and then go month by month with the tarot cards to see what lies ahead for you in 2025 in love. As I told another reading, my tree is still up because it's still the darkest part of winter, and I need that warm light. And I'm not going to let a calendar tell me when to give up on it. So, we're actually supposed to get some snow today, which I live in the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. We don't get snow regularly. And we really don't have the infrastructure for snow. So when we do get it, it's a really big deal. And we're supposed to get 5 to 8 inches. I really hope my power stays on. But I've made myself all cozy today. I've got some lentil soup cooking in the crock pot. My cats are fed and warm, although they both have little sneezy colds. It's probably allergies from just the house being all shut up for a while, but they're fine. They're doing great. And so we're going to make the most of this, I've got some books to read. I've got some readings to do. I'm kind of looking forward to that comforting, snuggly, warm time. All right, let's get into your readings. As always, I have 3 groups to choose from, and just pick the one that resonates with you. As always, the timestamps are down in the description. And we have group 1, which is My Home is My Castle. And also this interesting, funky little perfume bottle. Group 2, we have Ava, which I usually take to mean Eve from the Garden of Eden, and this spicy dried pepper from my mother's garden. And group 3, we have Sleeping Beauty's Dream. And then we have this adorable, beautiful little rosebud. I use these in my folk magic and love magic. All right, please choose your group, and I'll see you in your reading. Hi, group 1. Welcome to your reading. You chose My Home is My Castle and this funky little perfume bottle. All right, let's get into it and see what 2025 has in store for you in love. I'm going to pull a few oracle cards first, and then to get, the overall vibe. Let's pull this down so you can still see it. And then we'll get into your tarot reading month by month, 1 card for each month, and, I might need a clarifier. So we'll see. All right, group 1, group 1, group 1. 2025, please. Sacred Temple, which is really interesting because we're talking about my home is my castle. A castle is, not the same as a palace. A castle is a fortress, and sacred temple. So maybe you're learning your own worth, your value. Let's see what else we've got. Yes, you are. We have Warrior Woman. This is fascinating. Okay, I'm going to get one of these little Kipper cards here for you. his thoughts. Very interesting. Also, I want to preface this by saying, if you're not familiar with tarot, please don't be distraught over the heteronormativity of these readings, or the language that's based in previously understood gender roles. We know that gender doesn't really mean what we've assigned to it, right? This is just vocabulary as a way to express a certain idea. It's not what I would have chosen, but it's how the cards are set up. So I just would like for you to keep that in mind, please. Okay. So, group 1. Let's see what's coming for you in January in love. This song is going through my head suddenly. It's a really old song from the 90s. I'm much older than the 90s, so me saying that it's really old from the 90s is not a big deal. I think it's called Spin the Bottle, and I think it's by Juliana Hatfield, or the Juliana Hatfield 3, something like that. So let's keep that in mind. January, King of Swords. February. Excuse the lighting. I don't have my setup ready today, but I really wanted to get this video to you guys. Ace of Cups. So far, so good. Ooh, March just jumped out. Aha, Queen of Swords. So we already have a divine pair here, right? Let's see. April. Page of Swords. Wow, lots of swords energy. You're really in your head. There's a lot of logic trying to be applied to love right now, which is smart, but is also maybe a little incompatible. We'll see. You know, love is a feeling thing, not a thinking thing. May. The Fool. June, Two of Wands. July, the Lovers. There we are. Right under the Ace of Cups. August, Three of Cups. September, we have Eight of Pentacles. October, YouTube doesn't like this. We have the World card. I'm gonna cover this up, I think. It doesn't matter what I think, those are the rules. Okay, November. Eight of Wands. And December. the Hanged Man. Bottom of the deck is Queen of Cups. Okay, I'm really feeling like I see this Queen of Cups as beautiful and poised and ready for love. I see her inside of a fortress, inside of a castle, which is making me think that your ability to be vulnerable, or your desire to be vulnerable, is lacking right now. And I think these are the things that are going to, challenge you in terms of your love connections in 2025. Now, I'm seeing a lot of swords energy, like I said. So it's like, you have a lot of, I heard you're talking your way out of it. You're talking yourself out of it. So maybe there's someone that you have feelings for. Maybe there's someone you have in mind, or maybe you just like the idea of dating somewhere within you. And then another voice comes in and says, you know what? That's probably not a good idea, right? So, I think that's the energy you're going into 2025 with. But I think something's going to pique your interest in February. I think something's going to shift your perspective. It could be running into an old friend, or meeting somebody at work, or I feel like it's this chance thing. You're not really looking for it. And, I don't think it's going to be a big thing, and something may not come of it, other than it's going to shift your perspective, and you're going to start letting those ideas of love come in a little bit of, okay, wait a minute. Would it be so bad if I were to open up a little bit and start being a little more vulnerable? Start getting out there a little bit, right? I think in March you're going to be very busy with other things. We have this warrior woman here. We have this Queen of Swords. You're a very strong person. You're just an incredibly intelligent person. You're someone who doesn't let their feelings, run away. You try to keep everything in check. And so I feel like maybe this idea of love that pops up in February scares you a little bit, and you double down. You double down in the logic. Well, that's ridiculous, because I can't start dating, or I can't ask this person out because this reason, just things that you make up or that you convince yourself are true. But then by April, I see that, you go from the Queen of Swords to the Page of Swords. You're loosening that grip a little bit, I think. You're still very much in your thinking, not feeling energy. You're not ready to throw caution to the wind quite yet. But I think you're starting to think about it more. Like on your drive to work, or, when you see a movie about a relationship, or, you're at home at night and think, wow, this would be nice to share with somebody, just those little thoughts start to creep in, and instead of immediately shutting them down, you're accepting them. So, I think you're really seeing some movement here. However, I think most of it is in your mind, and you're not making any external movements right now. Okay? You're shifting your perspective. You're having conversations with yourself. However, in May, we have the Fool. I think something's really going to grab your attention in May. And grab your desire in May. And maybe encourage you to take a leap of faith. Right? That's what I'm showing here. It's like your resolve is loosening until you're like, you know what? Shoot, let me just go for it. But I think there's a really good reason that happens. I think something you run into by chance piques your interest. And you're just blindsided by how much it makes you feel rather than think, right? So we're going into June here with the Two of Wands. Now, I think this is when you're going back to, how is this going to work? But you're starting to figure out how the pieces might fit. How this person, this relationship might fit into the existing structure that you've already built. Because you have the Fool, but I don't think you're ready to just rip it all up and start over. Which, I wouldn't say that's advisable for a relationship anyway. Everyone needs to have their own structures going into a successful relationship that isn't codependent. Right? So, but I think you're giving it some thought. But this time with the benefit of the doubt. Maybe this is worth the risk. Maybe you're negotiating with yourself. Okay, well, it might be worth giving this up for this, Maybe I won't get to control when the TV's on all the time, or whatever it is. Maybe I won't have my Thursday nights to myself anymore. However it applies to you. But I don't think you're resistant to it. I think, Two of Wands is a card of partnership. It's a card of pairing. In July, we have the Lovers. Now, the Lovers can mean a couple of things, but since this is a love reading, and it's beside the Two of Wands, it's under the Ace of Cups, I think this is when you're definitely going to partner up with someone. Or at least give it a whirl. You're going to let yourself be vulnerable and receive this love from another person. Okay? In August, I think August is going to be bliss for you. I think you're going to start introducing this person to your friend group. I think maybe your family. And you're getting nothing but wonderful feedback. I feel like they're really happy that you're stepping out of this castle for a minute and letting things happen. Right? But I do see a lot of support here. And I see a lot of joy. I think this is going to make everyone feel like something good finally happened in the world. We're a few days in and it's already been a very, very difficult year. And I think this is the breath of fresh air that a lot of people might be looking for. In September, we have the Eight of Pentacles. And, you know, I think this is when you really start to dig in and learn about each other. Actually see how compatible you are. Maybe you might try staying at each other's houses regularly to see what your routines are like. That kind of thing. But I just see complete success with it. Because next, in October, we have the World card. See, we had the Fool card, which is the beginning of the tarot story. The tarot is the story of the Fool's journey, so starting out. And the World is the end of it. It's the end of the cycle. So I think decisions are going to be made. I think you're going to reach a new level. I think you're going to feel successful in this relationship. I think you're going to feel like it's a go. You know, I'm not really seeing anything official, like a wedding or a commitment or anything like that. And that's good, because it's pretty early in the relationship, right? But I am seeing that maybe both of you will agree to be exclusive. And this might really be the start of new things for you. Okay. In November, we have the Eight of Wands. And, you know, again, man, this is a really positive reading. I feel like you're going to learn a lot about each other. You might travel to each other's families for the holidays, or you might hear some sort of good news from them. Anyway, I really think this is a really fast moving card, and I really think that your momentum is really going to pick up in November. I keep saying really a lot, and I apologize for that. When I read what comes out, I don't have a lot of control over it. So, but I see movement forward, but it's all very, very good. Now, the interesting thing to me is here in December, as we're going into 2026, we have the Hangman, which I think in this case means that you're reaching some sort of homeostasis in the relationship, some sort of regularity. You know, things aren't brand new anymore, and but I think they're peaceful. I think they're calm, and I think that you're both eager just to see what happens, but you're content to live in the moment with each other right now. You know, and that's, what a great reading. Good for you. Your little Kipper here were his thoughts. And for some, this is a collective reading, so, you know, everything can mean something different. But what I'm getting right away is this may already be somebody who's interested in you, who has had their eye on you. And it also could just be that you really consume his, and it doesn't have to be his, their thoughts. This is somebody who's really into you. Okay? I don't think it's one-sided, but I certainly don't think it's one-sided on your side. This person they think very highly of you. So your 2025 in terms of love and the single reading looks great. I'm hearing, though, the only thing is keep in touch. keep in touch with these qualities of the sacred temple. Let me get these so we can see them. The sacred temple and the warrior woman. Because as you're letting go, which is okay, it's good to do, keep a thread to these parts of yourself and check in every now and then to make sure you don't get lost, okay? But I see nothing but a wonderful year for you in love, and I wish you the very best. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Hi, Group 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Ava card and the spicy pepper. So, all this red and Eve, I feel like we're dealing with something, some temptation, some spiciness, some new energy. So let's see. We're going to pull a few oracle cards to check the temperature of this, and then I'll do your tarot month by month to see what 2025 is bringing you in love. Okay. Just put these up here for a second, and we'll get you some oracles. Okay, Group 2, please. Sorry about the lighting. It's not great today. That's not what you're here for, right? You're not here for production quality. You're here for spiritual guidance. Okay. Ivy. Some clinginess maybe going on. Sight of owl. Fascinating. Did you ever see that show, Reservation Dogs? It's a fantastic show. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's a show that's about Indigenous people. It's written by, produced, all that sort of thing by mostly Indigenous people. And it's just hilarious. It's heartbreaking. It's just a wonderful, wonderful show. And there are some, little jokes in there, inside jokes for Indigenous people and people who grew up with certain cultures. That I'm not Indigenous, so a lot of them I didn't know and and had to look up. But evidently it's, and I'm so sorry, I can't remember the tribe that's presented in that show, but they evidently looking at an owl's eyes are bad luck or a curse, or that you're not supposed to look into an owl's eyes. So when they have owls in the frame, they blur this out. So the owl's not looking at you and you're not looking at the owl. I probably got that all wrong, and if I did, I apologize. And please inform me, because I would like to know more about that tradition. But I just think it's so funny, and now every time I see an owl, I think, I shouldn't look at that. All right, I'm going to get you one of these little Kipper cards. Main male. As always, with these readings, don't take gender literally. January. Wow, that popped out. Okay, we have 4 of Swords for January. And then another one popped out, so we're going to take that one. We have Ace of Pentacles. Okay, I'm already getting something, but I don't want to get ahead of myself, so we're going to Take it a little at a time. February. King of Pentacles. Interesting. March. The Fool. April. Five of Wands. May. Again, Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. Can we fit June over here? June? Oh, this one. Huh? Ten of Wands. Okay. July. Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't like to show things, but you got the World card. And it doesn't matter what I think, those are the rules. So, August. The Magician. September. Two of Pentacles. October. The Lovers. November. Ace of Cups. And December. Four of Cups. Okay. So with this Four of Swords combined with this Ace of Pentacles, I'm guessing that perhaps you haven't dated in a long time, that you've been single for a while, but you've been eager to date, because we have, this fiery Eve, or Ava from the Garden of Eden, and then we had the chili pepper too. So I don't feel like you have no desire to date. I feel like you definitely do. It just hasn't happened, right? Do not internalize that as something is wrong with you. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you. And you need to be who you are, because that's how you'll find the right person, okay? Don't try to be somebody else, right? This ivy sticking out to me as clinginess, okay? Because ivy, English ivy, especially here where I live in the Smoky Mountains, it's very invasive. It clings to the side of your house. It'll cling to your barn and pull it down. It's like a light version of kudzu, if you know what that is. You really have to stay on top of it, but it can smother things. And I see some things coming in for you, and so Spirit is telling me to tell you that relax, please. Don't get clingy at the first sight of something happening. And I don't mean like go back and forth in your brain about, when should I text? When's it okay to talk to this person? When's it okay to send a meme? Just do that naturally, like you would with any of your friends. And I think part of the clinginess would be, planning it out. Okay, I can text 6 hours after they text, or something. That's really obsessing over details like that. Your focus right now really needs to be on you and being the person that you envision yourself to be in a relationship. Or not you need to be you, but you need to be the best version of yourself, correct? Or that's what you want to be. And so start doing those things that, you think will bring you to that place. Whatever that might be. It's different for everyone. But, maybe organize your closet so there's room in there for eventually somebody else's clothes, right? Clean out your car, because what if you need to give them a ride somewhere? You don't want to be embarrassed. These are just examples that are off the top of my head. Read some good books so you'll have something to talk about on your dates. That kind of thing. Prepare yourself and be the person you want to be. So when this opportunity comes, you're relaxed, you're confident, and you're ready. You're ready for it. Okay? I'm going to come back to the side of the owl because I'm getting some things, but I'm a little confused. And I think the more we get into this, I'll understand that better. Okay? But I do see that there is one person showing up this year. And one is all you need if it's, a good fit, right? And I think it may be the one. That's up to you to decide. Use your own brain and your own heart. But, so anyway, in January, like I said, I don't think you've been dating, but you're really looking forward to it. You're thinking, okay, this is missing out of my life, and maybe it's time for me to figure out how to make that happen. And I think that you're going to spend this winter, in January and February, thinking about what you want in a relationship and thinking about what you want that person to be like. And I think you have somebody, you'll have somebody in mind at the end of that. I think you're really looking for somebody who's stable, who, we have King of Pentacles, so maybe has some money. But, who's generous and kind and stable and slow moving, nothing erratic, no temper. I do suddenly get a feeling that although that's what you want in a partner, sometimes it can feel frustrating to you because you have this fiery Ava energy, right? You have this fire in you, and this person is so sure-footed and so steady that sometimes that might conflict. But I think you're ready to say, let's give it a shot in March. I think March you're going to start, you've spent the winter deciding what you want. And then in March you're ready to maybe get on some apps. You're ready to get all cute and go out and take a leap of faith and see what's out there. In April, I do see that, since this is a collective reading, I see one of two things happening. You might be disappointed in someone. You might meet someone and think, oh my gosh, this is so great. And it's a false start. You can't get the right thing out of the gate, right? Maybe you can, but you shouldn't be too disappointed if you don't, right? It's just practice. So the other thing is that you might meet more than one person and you're conflicted on who to invest in. right? By May, I think you've figured that out. And you're going to start, building this foundation. I also hear that compromise. You have created a very balanced life for yourself, and that's good because that's ideal for going into a lasting relationship. You want to be very sure about who you are. You want to be very stable, so you don't lose yourself in somebody else. However, you may be a little stubborn at this time. You may be, maybe this, didn't work out with this person and you're like, never mind. I don't want to pursue love. I'm going to focus on myself and this is all I need. This is, I have my condo. I have my little job that I love. I have my pets. I have my friends. I have my family. All those things that make you stable and secure and that are good. You've worked hard for those things and you deserve them. The thing is, when you're living in that energy, there's no room for anything else to come in. You can be proud of those things and still leave a door open. Okay? But I think the disappointment of whatever happens in April may slow you down a bit. By May, you're really unhappy about where this has led you, about where your stubbornness has led you, your unwillingness to take a risk. And so you're starting to rethink things, which is great because in July, I see that you are ready to get out there again. I feel like you may travel in July, and that might lead to meeting this person, this main person that we've been talking about. I think you're willing to become vulnerable and open up in July and maybe start fresh, start some new things in motion. Forget about all this that happened at the start of the year. And take your lessons from it, take what you've learned and move on. And, I feel like you're really going to have a lot more faith in yourself that you can handle this. And then I think you're going to be so confident you're going to go after exactly what you want. You have the power to manifest the relationship that you want. You just have to want it. You just have to do it. And I think by July you're going to be in a better frame of mind that in August you're going to start buckling down about, okay, this is exactly what I want. This is what I'm going to manifest. This is what I'm going to go after. In September, I think you're going to reach a calmer understanding of things, that not everything has to be so dire or dramatic. You're going to be a lot more balanced out, that, I can be secure, I can be strong, but I can also be vulnerable and soft in love. And when you reach that point, guess what happens? Guess who comes in? Yeah. I think in the fall, you're really going to have a breakthrough. And for some of you, I think this person has always been there. You're just seeing them with new eyes. You may have not considered them before. Okay? In November, I really feel like this is when things start ramping up. And you're going to learn that unlike when you were a teenager or whatever, and your crushes were all consuming, limerence, puppy love, this is a more balanced love. This is a calm, peaceful, it gives you a great sense of peace. And, I think you're going to take that as a sign that, this is what I've been looking for. You're going to feel a calmness. Okay, and then by December, we have the Four of Cups. And, this can mean boredom. This can mean that everything is so steady and so good that you're bored and kind of looking for something else. I don't really get that feeling in your reading. But what I am seeing is that you're kind of looking back towards this fiery energy here. And so maybe you're, looking for ways to spice up your relationship, that kind of thing. And Spirit is telling me it's okay that you feel that way. Just really be great about communication in your relationship, okay? I see, things are going well. I do feel like this sight of the owl is a change in perspective. From, fiery limerence, puppy love relationships to a grown-up, peaceful, loving relationship, okay? So there's a lot of growth here. There's a lot of growth for you and your relationship, and I think it's going to change the way that you view love forever. All right, that's your reading. I hope that you enjoyed it. I wish you the best of luck in 2025, and have a great day. See you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, Group 3. Welcome to your reading, and happy 2025. You chose Sleeping Beauty's Dream. And this little rosebud. You know what? I didn't notice this when I chose these to go together, but look. These roses. And then this rosebud. Lovely. I feel a very dreamy romance going on. Okay. I'm going to draw a few oracle cards to get the vibe and the overall vibe of the year, and then I'm going to draw your tarot month by month to see what's coming in for you in love in 2025. All right, let's get you some oracles. It's supposed to snow, and I'm looking out the window, waiting for it. Group 3, please. Group 3. In 2025, love. Amazing. Prophetic dreams. Sleeping Beauty's dream. What'd I say about dreamy? There. We have death. Don't panic. So we're talking about a lot of rest here and dreaminess and some stillness. Okay, let's get you one of these little Kipper cards. My goodness, everything's just moving around today. Oh, big luck. Well, I think everybody would be happy to get that card. Okay, let's see what's going for you month to month. January, 8 of Cups. February, 9 of Wands. Trying to get them where you can see them all. March, Queen of Wands. Ooh, I love the Queen of Wands. She's probably my favorite. April, King of Swords. May, 8 of Swords. June, 6 of Swords. Let's move this over a little bit. Whoa! July really wanted to come out. 3 of Wands. Interesting. August, 3 of Pentacles. September. Something's telling you to take this one. The Magician. October. The Empress. Wow. November. Nine of Swords. December. The Devil. Well, friend, I know this is not exactly what you want to hear, but I think it's a really good thing, what I'm about to tell you. I don't see a partnership for you in 2025. That doesn't mean one's not coming. Because, you know, I'm seeing this Death card, this prophetic dreams, this Sleeping Beauty's dreams. I think 2025 is really a year where you focus on you and what you want. I'm seeing it as a restart, a refresh. In January, we have this 8 of Cups, and, you know, I think it's walking away from things that no longer serve you. I think there's going to be a shift in your perspective, and you're going to decide that you're not quite sure what you want yet, but you know what's not working. And so you're walking away from the things that are not working. In February, you know, you're really starting to put up boundaries. You're develop healthy boundaries. You're learning what you will allow in your life and what you will not allow in your life. And you're really strengthening yourself. You're I heard gird your loins. I don't know why. But I don't feel like you're being overprotective or anything like that of yourself. But I think you are learning how to be your greatest strength, your own greatest strength, your own greatest support, right? And then in March, as the Queen of Wands, who is just power on a throne, I think you're really mastering those boundaries, really mastering who you're going to let in and who you're not going to let in, and having a heavier hand in how you shape your life, right? The Queen of Wands is just so great. She's so powerful. A lot of the time she has a black cat at her feet, which I particularly like. She does not in this one. But she has this leader energy, and I see that in this situation is you really taking charge of your life. You really saying, I'm tired of things not going my way. I'm tired of feeling this way, of disappointment. And I think part of that is because I haven't been steering my own ship. And you're really going to get a handle on that in March. Wow, for some of you in April, I feel like you're going to transmute that power into something bigger. This is a collective reading, so it's different for everybody, but I got very clearly that one, maybe a few of you, are going to decide to either go to school to be a counselor or to take on an advisory role in something where you're going to use this newfound confidence and wisdom and help other people do the same. Maybe you'll become a tarot reader. The possibilities are endless, but you're going to be in such a strong place, such a secure place, that you want to share it and you want to help others get there. In May, I think you may have taken, you may find yourself at a dead end, sort of. Maybe you keep thinking about, despite all this great stuff going on, you can't stop thinking about the fact that you're not in a relationship, and you're getting a little frustrated with that. And Spirit's advice to you is, please be patient. You see she's blindfolded here. So just because we don't see something on the horizon doesn't mean it's not there, and you really need to have faith. The more anxiety you wrap yourself in, the less you're in this Queen of Wands energy. And that's, I really would like for you to stay in that energy. It's going to serve you well in life. So when you get to this frustrated part, remember, we're blindfolded. We have to trust. We have to have faith. And you're in a rebuilding year. I mean, that's what you're doing here. So the relationship will come. I have every confidence in the world that it'll come. I mean, you've got this big luck card, and I think you're setting yourself up for this luck. What is it? Luck is when opportunity meets preparation or something like that. You're preparing. So when the opportunity comes along, you're ready. So, your year is, there is movement in your year, even though I don't see a partner in this year, right? They're coming. This one's about you, though. In June, I feel like you're going to get a better handle on these frustrations, and you're going to start doing, moving from old crushes, moving on from thinking about relationships all the time, just seeing what's out there, start discovering, maybe I've lived my life a little too small. Maybe there's some things out there that I need to see. And then, in July, you have the Three of Wands, which is, adventure, travel, looking for new horizons. So I think this summer, is really going to be your energy is going to change quite a bit. And I think you're going to discover a lot of new things about yourself. And I think that's where a lot of the learning is going to come in for you. In August, we have the Three of Pentacles. And again, I think it keeps coming back to, I feel like you're going to share the things that you've learned. Oh, some of you are going to start a blog or a vlog about your singlehood. This is very specific for a collective reading. You're going to share what you're learning on this journey so others can benefit. You've got something to teach people. I think you'll have a very rare perspective on things, okay? And you're going to transmute that perspective into power, into something that's really good for you and really good for your community, and puts love out into the universe. And when you put love out into the universe, what happens? It comes back to you, right? Comes back, swirls back, comes back. So right now is your time to, this year is your time to love yourself, bring in all that love for yourself. You have everything you need to love yourself adequately. You don't need somebody else, right? So it's very important that you invest in yourself and love yourself. And then you'll have this abundance of love that you can put out into the world. And it'll grow and grow, and then it'll come back to you. I think you're going to find yourself in a place where you never thought you'd be. At a level of confidence that you never thought you'd have. Power that you never thought you'd have. I think there might be like a little glow up in October. Now that you're valuing yourself more, you want to present that to the world. You want to show how you take care of yourself. And so I see for some of you there's going to be a glow up. There's definitely going to be a noticeable change in you, even if it's not something that you change physically, is something that people are going to be able to see in your physical presence. You're going to glow different. You're going to walk different. And you're really going to be sitting in your power. And that is attractive, my friend. That is attractive. And it attracts the right people. Because if you're insecure, if you have low self-esteem, that still attracts people, but it attracts the very wrong people. It attracts the vultures. It attracts the people who want to exploit you. Sitting in your power attracts people who admire you, okay? Who value you, which is the most important thing. You need to be more than loved. You need to be valued. You need to be appreciated for the gem that you are. I do feel like with these prophetic dreams and that kind of thing, I do feel like you may be an intuitive, and you may be getting some upsetting dreams, because we have, the Nine of Swords here, which, is anxiety, trouble sleeping, that kind of thing. And maybe you're intuiting things that you don't want to hear. But but I do think that they're instrumental in getting you to where you need to be and getting you prepared, right? In December, I think somebody's going to catch your eye. I don't think that is necessarily the right person. And I don't think it necessarily matters that it's the right person. I think I'm getting fling energy here. There's not a thing in the world wrong with that. As long as everybody's consenting and everybody knows, everybody's above board and knows what to expect, right? But I feel like you're gonna, throw caution to the wind a little bit and just go have fun in December. And that's the energy that you're going into 2026 with. I noticed that this big luck is 26. So I'm feeling that all this work is leading you to the big luck you're going to experience in 2026. Okay? Well, I hope you enjoyed your reading. I wish you the very best in your rebuilding year. You've got a lot of work to do, but oh man, is it going to pay off. I believe in you. I believe you can get to this Empress energy. And I look forward to hearing about it. All right. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you again. Take care.